Sentimental and technical video for NFP Day, 4th of June 2021 for the QuizDB service. We're seeing a lot of shifting the last 24 hours. I'm going to help explain what's going on. Obviously, there's lots of apprehension and fear, and that's what obviously drives the herd. But the better example is AU, which I'll show you. But we'll just do AJ stop loss clusters, 8480 and 84.25. There's monthly pivot, right? So we're bearish below, so we'd sell the reps until we break above monthly pivot. We are a buy, and if they continue to go long, then we'll fall. There are your levels there, and we're breaking the 61.8 fib. AU. Right, so what's happening is that they're going long, but we have to remember that there were a lot of people who were short, and what happens when it falls is that they'll get out at minimal profits because the retail guys are normally in big drawdown, and so when they get into profit, they'll get out, and that's what causes the dynamic shifting. Not only are they going long, but they're going less short, right? And that's key. If someone goes less short, it's also if you flip it over, then it means that they're going more long, right? So there's two sides to the coin, and so that movement is not only them going long, but they're going less short because they were short, but they come out and they're out at break even potentially. That could have been their entry from a long time ago, and they're thinking, well, sod this, I'm out, and so that's that movement there, and this is actually quite bearish, right? The level of interest would be the SLC below, and it is large at 76.40. We're 27 pips away. We should really get that because it's historically old now. It's been weeks. It needs to be taken. We are bullish free drives. We're a sell in the sentiment. The SLC above is 76.80. So hopefully that makes sense. There's two sides to a coin, and hopefully if it doesn't make sense, do let me know. EA 15855, 15720. We're a buy, and so this is going to hurt the Aussie because we're a buy. So if this comes up, Aussie will come down. EU, it's looking fairly bearish. We are a bullish Gartley. 12135 and 12099, 121 pretty much. So we're only 10 pips away from getting the stop loss cluster, and that's also going to validate this harmonic. So, and there's monthly pivot, and we're a sell, and they went long. So it's the same logic as before. Not only are they going long, they're trying to buy the dip, but they're going less short. And you see this on the spreadsheet as well. So yeah, it could be a very roller coaster day today. Be careful. Technically, we are a sell, and we're a sell, so they are matching. Okay. GU 14120, 14080, and there's monthly pivot. So that's very spooky. Likewise, we're a sell, but we are above monthly pivot, so that's key. So that we could see euro pound weaken technically because we're above monthly pivot for GU, but we're below monthly pivot for EU. Kiwi USD. This would actually be a sell if we use the bubbles. Let's zoom out. This is MS1. Oh yeah, we're dead bang on it. 71.47. So sentimentally, it's a sell. At a high level, they went long, and the bubbles agree as well. Remember that the bubbles are the currency baskets. So when we get a Kiwi USD signal, that's the New Zealand dollar basket versus the US dollar basket. So it's a very much higher level than just simply looking at the pair. We're looking at the basket versus basket. So it could actually be a good trade if it weren't for NFP. And there's no way of knowing which way it's going to go, really. It might disregard the sentiment, and it could rally. We could go risk on. It's hard to say. The only thing you can control is your risk management. So sentimentally, we're good. If we break below MS1, then we're good as well. There's some support there on your median line. So yeah, it's only 11 pips, so we could bounce off that. It's tricky. Euro yen, that's a level of interest there at high. It coincides with the 38.2. One above is 134.20, and we're very close, 133.45. We're 5 pips away from getting that liquidity, and we're a buy, and they're going long. So that's that bearish move I said yesterday, if you remember my video. Pound yen breaking this shift channel bottom, and there's 23.6 resistance. It would have been support, but now it's resistance, like a turncoat at 155.44. So there's like a complements there. SLC above is 156.11 and 155.25. We are a buy. The sideways. Dollar yen. This is doing pretty much what I thought it would, because don't forget we're above monthly pivot. We're above the diagonal, and we were a buy as well. We had been a buy for a while. There's MR1 at 110.38. The SLC is pretty much on that pitchfork resistance, so that's interesting. 110.35. One below is close at 110.11. Dollar CAD, bearish ABCD. This will invalidate if we go above 121.31. SLC above is 121.40, and the SLC below is on the round number 1.2, and we're a sell. But it's the same logic as before, all right? So that movement is actually quite bullish, the dynamic, because they're shorting it, all right? Dollar Swiss, bearish, Gartley. Looks like they're, who's these guys, the red guys? SSI, Divas Copy, Saxo. Right, so those guys actually going quite bearish on this. FX Blue are as well. The average line, we'll just use the average line. There we go. See, we can see how they're shorting it over time, and that's quite a bullish indication. Yeah. Oh, where's the SLC? Can't see the one below actually. There it is. The one below is at 89.20 and 90.52. I think we're going to get that stop loss cluster. We're 4 pips away. Gold, Marco did an amazing chart. It looks like we're going to come into some demand, 1830 to 1840 range. Don't forget your monthly pivots at 1861. So we do kind of want that to hold if we're going to have like a long position. We don't want to buy it if we're below monthly pivot, but we can rally and then we can break monthly pivot. But ideally, we'd want it to hold above to have that, technical bias. We are a sell on the sentiment, but yet we're above monthly pivot. So if we go below, it could be a bit tricky. But there is that demand down there for price to bounce. It all depends on the NFP. We're quite bearish on the half hour. And that was quite a run, wasn't it, really? All the way up there. And that would have been your entry at the Dragon. All the way down here. So yeah, that's a big move. So maybe we could be overdone a little bit. I'm not sure what else to show you. Maybe the S&P. So we're bullish, assuming that we don't break the low from yesterday. Is that yesterday? Yeah. So assuming that holds, this could be quite bullish. And the risk calculation didn't really change much as well. It's worth noting. I thought it was maybe going to be quite bearish, but the retail guys is just shorting indices. So it kind of makes sense that they would, but because they have shorted it, it's bullish for us. Let's delete that line. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up now. I'm not going to trade today. I'm not going to open any positions at all. And next week we should have some really good signals, especially if the dollar does strengthen, because then it'll add like an interesting dynamic to the currency pairs, and we can make a lot of pips on the back of some dollar strength. And especially if the yen strengthens as well, because they were our best trades last year. They were the ones that netted us 200 pips. We were getting a lot of profit. So hopefully, next week will be fairly interesting. So we'll see what the dollar bubble does. It needs to hold in that strong buy section for a while. If it sort of like wimps out and it moves away, then we'll know that not to buy the dollar. But we need to see some longevity in the strong buy section. So have a good day, you guys. Let me know if you want any charts. I don't mind at all. Um, and the Bitcoin is still going like how I thought it would. We need it above the 38.2, 40,271. We haven't broken the pitchfork yet, and until it does, I'm not going to release my hedge, and that's the logic. So have a good day, you guys. Good luck, and remember just to trade safely, and you'll be fine. Don't have like humongously wide stops, because it looks like NFP is probably going to take the stops either way, and it's very very hard to judge which way it's going to go. So yeah, have a good one. I'll speak to you soon.